So when managing cyber-driven programs, how do you balance implementing robust security measures? For example, zero trust architecture, advanced threat intelligence, with a need to maintain agility to meet program deliverables, especially under tight budget and time constraints.
Right. So again, a lot of that goes back to how well you maintain and update your infrastructure. Right. It's about making sure that you have proper standard procedures in place and you're staying up to date what that looks like for you as an organization. Right. And the zero trust is you don't trust anything. Right. You can't. And you have to figure out what that is for your organization, right? And what those policies and procedures are going to look like for your organization moving forward. So I see a lot of that going on as well. That's a great question.
Okay, so anything else on this?
Well, it's just going back to making sure that there's oversight, right? That you stay on track with what you need to do, right? So you know how everybody has to do patches, right? And sometimes when you do patches, do you really know what's happening to that hardware or that appliance when you do a patch? Do you have proper release management process to even push a good patch? Not everybody does, right? And so this is where problems occur, where you can be doing an update from a vendor and you find out later on, maybe an hour later, that when you did that update, it made the rest of the hardware go back to the default state, and it opens up a whole bunch of ports. And you're like, oh my God, what just happened to my, you know, my appliance here, right? And you have to check and make sure that you sandbox it, you test it, that you make sure that's working properly before things get deployed out. Right, that's true in any organization. Is if you have the capacity, the capability to have a test lab, that will ensure that you are able to deliver those updates in a more safe and way in your environment. A lot of people don't have the money to fund for that, so they just rely on the vendor to do it, or and we know what happens when a vendor does it, right? Because it's been in the news, right? They don't even check, they have a lot of things to check, and it still becomes a problem.
Yeah, especially if there's a special application running on the system, and they change it without realizing that you have some application which are not working anymore, or they're not compatible with the new system.
Right.
How do you deal with that? Like, you have some pilot running first, have some few devices.
Usually when updates are done, when you have to do the updates, unless they're really critical, you don't have to do all your updates. When they ask you, when a vendor asks you to do an update, you don't need to do for an update. It's just what's required for your agency.
Yeah. And most of the time, when Windows or Microsoft patch is coming, we just have to accept that.
Right. Or even hardware, right? When you have to do updates and they have some new features, it may not apply to you. You don't need to do it, but you do have to document. You have to document that, that it doesn't apply, because when you go through an audit, if they ask you, why haven't you done that? It's documented on why you didn't need to do it.